What's up everybody? Today we're talking about the Thequartering inaugural video, the Thequartering. Why are we talking about the Thequartering? The Thequartering likes to make fun of e-girls, and he likes to make fun of people who support the e-girls, but not somebody who works closely with a lot of e-girls. My co-host is an e-girl. I wanted to talk about the drama he's found himself in because I find it way too funny not to talk about. So basically, if you don't know who the Thequartering is, he's basically that kid in high school that was really weird. He might be the type of kid to go off and like destroy the school. He's an anarchist. He's just nobody knows why you're sitting in the middle of science class playing pirated Pokemon Game Boy emulator on your Android smartphone. That kind of kid from high school. He has some very radical opinions. He's just sitting there blasting off to the teacher, which is what makes his content good. It's what makes it funny, because he has no idea what he's talking about. He's just going off on some random stuff that nobody even knows why he's going off. The video could be about blue yards and he'd be starting to yell about a fucking green Xbox or something. Like, this guy's channel is so off the walls, and recently he's got even more off the walls than ever before. So as you know, there's a lot of protests going on. There's a lot of controversy surrounding the protests on how they're handling it and how the police are handling what they're doing. And this guy went forward and said a bunch of radical stuff, and now, shocker, he's surprised that, you know, people are mad at him. He's surprised that his sponsors, who are big international companies, don't want to be associated with somebody saying stuff as radical as he is, which is very funny, if I might say, because it's kind of like business 101. When you reach a certain size, if you don't have an opinion that is shared by everybody else and it's something that could be considered radical, you don't talk about it. You just let it be. You don't bring up your opinion. Why? Career suicide. That's why. So after the Dollar Shave Club dropped him, he goes and makes a video about it saying, hey guys, I got dropped by the Dollar Shave Club because I'm not woke enough. These people are anti-me, so yeah, don't support them. They're blah blah blah. He's calling out all his sponsors basically. And then now all his sponsors are dropping him. Wow. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? It's like your boss fires you, and then you come back to work the next day, you drop kick him and then yell at everybody and say he's a horrible boss. That's basically what the Thequartering did. That is basically what the Thequartering did. And then it gets worse. He starts calling out all his sponsors one by one, saying, am I woke enough for you? Blah, 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 blah. And then people start reporting him to these sponsors, and these sponsors begin to drop him. And now he's freaking out. He's saying, okay, I gotta keep the subscribe star. Everybody funnel here. Everybody support me here so that we can keep this channel afloat without sponsors. But here's the thing, subscribe star at the end of the day is still a business. If you're going to keep doing this radical stuff, they're going to drop you too, and you're going to have nowhere left to run. You are committing career suicide right now, Mr. Thequartering. And it might be too late by the time you realize that. Just stop. And that's scary to think about for him, because he is a great content creator. I don't agree with what he says. I agree with him enough that I would be able to hang out with him because I don't really care what other people think. If you're a cool person, you're a cool person. That's just how I view it. But he's just going off the wall, and he's driving himself into a bigger hole than he might be able to get out of. And if I had any advice to give him, even though he's like 20 years older than me, I'm 22, and I think, if I remember correctly, he's like 46. If I could give him any advice at all, even though, again, I'm like 20 years younger than him, so my advice would mean nothing to him, I would say, if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say anything at all. That's pretty much what it boils down to. If you would keep your mouth shut, you wouldn't be in this situation. I know that. If I was in his position with almost 800,000 subscribers, maybe more, maybe even over 1 million by the time you're watching this video, maybe if it's years down the line, I would know to just leave it be. This is not my fight. This is not my war, I guess you could say. If my opinions do not align with what everyone else says, I'm keeping it to myself. I don't care if everyone wants to drive a blue car and I want to drive a yellow car. My yellow car is staying in my mind, and I'm not getting in the yellow car. I'm just not going to do something that I know is going to get me in trouble. That's basically what it boils down to. That's what everybody does. If you don't like something, you're not going to go out of your way to show people you don't like it. If you don't do this, you're not going to do that. It's basically walking down a tightrope and then saying, hey, if I cut this rope, everyone's going to be mad at me, but I'll know I did my best to cut this rope. That's basically what he did. And you don't want to do that at the end of the day. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen of the interweb, welcome to the very first episode on this channel. And with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have not already and you've enjoyed this video, hit that bell icon, and I will see you in the next one.